Welcome back to another episode of Black Excellence. I'm your host, Abdurrahman Farah, and today we have another esteemed guest, Britney Hayes, the current Associate Director of Curriculum and Development at Carlson. A lot of you may recognize her in the hallways, but if you don't, you'll recognize her after this episode. A lot of great conversation. The topic of discussion today was pitching yourself, how to be better at pitching yourself and owning your value. A lot of the key things that us as students try to get better at, especially when we're in the eyes of recruiters. So sit back, relax, tune in to this great episode. Before we start, if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you subscribe, hit the like button, turn on the post notification bell. If you're listening to us on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, rate us a 5-star. And yeah, without further ado, we'll get right into the episode. Into the core discussion for this episode. First off, obviously the topic of pitching yourself and how that is kind of a challenge for like a lot of students. I know for myself, coming in as a freshman, maybe it's a little bit of nervousness, tied in with some lack of experience. But I thought it was like the worst thing in the world to go up to a recruiter and talk about myself. So obviously Carlson has equipped us for that. I know you have a lot of experience, and I guess firstly I wanted to ask you, especially for an introverted person who may feel like this is a huge obstacle, how can they approach networking in a way that feels authentic to themselves?
Yeah. So I personally lean and identify more introverted myself. When I was younger, I was more extroverted, and then as I got older, like taking Myers-Briggs and things like that, I ended up being more introverted, which makes sense. And sometimes I tell folks I do have a little bit of like social anxiety going into spaces, getting overwhelmed when there's a lot of people. That's kind of why I said I do not do the state fair. Lots of people, right? And I think when it comes to being an introvert, you kind of have to reframe how you're thinking about the situation, right? Yes, you're walking into a room full of people, or you might be walking into a career fair where there's lots of things going on, but you kind of just want to focus it on a one-on-one conversation and being authentic and saying, like, I'm coming in here and I'm just introducing myself to you. So making, I would say, shorter, smaller one-on-one conversations and connections rather than being like, I got to talk to all these people. Mm-hmm. So making it more bite-sized. I also think that practicing ahead of time is really important, figuring out who you want to talk to and what you're going to say and what you want to get across to that person. In situations like a career fair, it's important to do your research ahead of time and understand who is going to be in the room. And so when you make that connection and you're authentically just going up and saying, your past, present, future, kind of what you're looking for, you already have an idea of what their mission might be, what their value might be, and there might be something authentically that you can connect your own values to whatever it is that you researched, and you can talk about that a little bit more. It might be hard to do, but you're really zoning out the fact that there's people behind you and next to you, right? And it's I am talking to this person. Also, the following up. Following up is very important because it'll help you stand out. And when you follow up, you're in the confines of your own privacy when you do it. It's not like you're following up and everybody's like there. And so it helps you stand out to, what I like to do, if I'm not getting the person's business card, when I I pay attention to name tags, so I'll ask them, do they have a business card? And if they don't have one, I'll say, I would love to, send you a connection on LinkedIn. And usually they say, okay, yeah, I look forward to that. And when I walk away, I open my notes app and I write that person's name down. Like I remember, I saw it, I remember.
And then hit them up later.
I walk away, exactly. And then I can send a LinkedIn, or then I can find maybe their work email and say, hey, it was really nice connecting with you and talking with you at the career fair, at the networking event, at the luncheon, or wherever it is. And I be sure to mention where exactly it is, so that if I ever have to go back to that and maintain that relationship with that person, Oh yeah, I met you at
Such and such place,
and
man.
such place. Yeah, and they're like, yeah, you remember that? I'm like, yeah. So how was? And then sometimes you put a little tailored thing in there, and maybe they told me they were going to the Twins. Yeah, and so have you been to the Twins game this season? Oh, like you just
Yeah,
kind
I
of
think it's little things
You're
like,
paying attention.
exactly.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, like if I was saying, like even building, like sometimes I know, at least for myself personally, I took it so seriously to the point where I wasn't showing my personality, where I was like just talking about all like business, which is
But
obviously
that's the value.
yeah, yeah, that is
The differentiator.
the differentiator is your personality. So I know that's something I learned over time, but definitely a good
Yeah, that
gems.
was something I was talking to a student earlier about actually in a one-on-one because they were like, yeah, I went to the career fair and it was overwhelming. And how do I stand out against all these students? We have maybe similar formatted resumes or we all got a pitch. And I was like, it's your personality.
Indeed, yeah.
It's how you show up. It's your one kind of unique thing that you feel authentic, that you have ownership of, and then you own it. Whatever it is. If you crack jokes, crack them jokes. Make them recruiters. And I'm serious. You can crack a joke, like, because if you're being so serious to the point where you're losing yourself, like, I like to crack jokes. I like to smile. I might do that. I like to.
Everyone got their
whatever it is.
their personality.
So let your personality shine authentically, and then it will stand apart from someone else. And it's okay to mention something. As long as you're strategically kind of tying it back, it's okay to mention something. Oh, I like figure skating, but through that, it taught me ambition, and I know that I'm a hard worker, and that I whatever.
Yeah.
Like bring it back into the
sure.
conversation,
Yeah.
and now I'm gonna be like, oh, okay, but that person know how to figure skate.
He's talented, so Yeah, okay.
So,
That's very valid. No, I would like just echo that. I feel like the conversations that I've had the most substance are where there's a mix of personal stuff and like business stuff, and now we're just chopping it up like we're at a coffee shop,
Mm-hmm.
So I know the career fair. I know Elif has. You've been to the career fair a couple times. That's how it's been kind of like the most successful scenarios, I guess.
Yeah.
But speaking of pitching yourself, I know you've had a very experienced career here at Carlson, and outside of that, can you share a moment when networking opened a door you didn't expect?
Yes. So honestly, I think interviewing is networking. Like, through my experience, I feel like interviewing is networking. Like, people talk about the forms of networking, and you go to a career fair, you go to a networking event, a luncheon, a session or something. Interviewing, because especially the types of interviews I've been in, it's almost always a panel. And when I go in on a first round interview, I could be talking to 3 or 4 different people on my first round. And yes, I want the job, but it's all about making that first great impression and just being authentic to myself. And so when I started out back in 2018, kind of looking for my first job after my graduate degree, there was a lot of that. And so I remember applying to be like an academic advisor within CFANS, the College of Food, Agriculture, and Natural Resources and Related Sciences.
You started with a full name? I don't think I'll ever know. That's impressive. I can't lie.
Yeah.
So, basically, yes, I applied to that role, and I did not get the academic advisor role. However, I had just met 3 new people by showing up and presenting my best self, right? I got an email from the director of career services in CFANS, and she says, hey, one of my colleagues from the academic advisor office said that you probably would be great at this position. It's meant to close today, but if you can email me directly your resume and your cover letter by tomorrow, we will interview you for the job.
Wow.
Huh, okay.
Let's talk about a head start.
Yes, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So I already got my resume and my cover letter bare bone, but obviously you want to tailor.
For sure.
So I spent the night tailoring, sent it to her by the next day as she requested, and I got offered an interview. I go in, I do the interview. I did not get offered the job. However, later that year, I'd say about 4 or 5 months later, with that type of job, you do have to present, you do, oftentimes, like I said, there's teaching, there's presentations, there's workshops, And so there was a portion of my interview where I had to present to 12 people. And one of the people that was in that room was the coordinator of their internship class, Making the Most Out of Your Professional Experience, CFANS 3096. She reaches out to me directly and she says, I remember you interviewed with us several months ago and you didn't get the job. However, I have a teaching position for you. Would you go apply to it and we'll bring you in the interview? Sure. And I was like, I didn't even know at the time, I didn't even know you could just apply to teach. That was new to me. I thought you had to have a job and teaching be a part of your job. They're like, no, it's called a teaching specialist or adjunct instructor. And so I said, of course. I went in, again, I interviewed for that role, and my first kind of career-related job at the university was teaching CFANS 3096. So while I was a full-time employee at Genesis Works, I also taught that class in conjunction on the side.
Wow. That's the power of networking.
Yeah, and so Lisa Novak, who is now the Director of Student Engagement and Development here, she was the Associate Director of the Undergraduate Business Career Center at the time, and she used to be in this person's role that just hired me to teach, and she goes, you need to talk to Lisa. And I reached out to Lisa and I said, hey, I was told that I should talk to you and I would love to learn more about what you all do at the Carlson Career Center and just kind of do an informational interview. And she said, of course. I physically checked in at this front door. This is back in 2019 of April. Came in and talked to Lisa. And we had a great conversation and I left. Well, I would say October of that same year, Lisa hit me up on LinkedIn and she said, we have an open position, you should apply to it. I applied to it, I got the job, and that's how I ended up at Carlson. So you see how little
it's like
plants,
a chain reaction.
Planting a seed.
I was gonna say,
and all I had to do was show up to an interview and bring my best self. And maybe you don't get the job, but you meet me.
It's still worth it. It's still gonna pay off.
Yeah.
I think one thing is like your efforts will match your results, one way or the other, whether it be right away or down the line. And like that's a prime example. Like just chain reaction, and that led you to be here today. So that's very interesting.
That's beautiful. I say, in terms of all the interviews, I mean, you've done a lot of interviews.
Yeah.
You definitely have experience in interviews, networking, especially with the position you currently have.
Yes.
What's like one people skills, like if you had to pick one that you deem is like the most important that you learned throughout your career?
Oh, wow. At first I was going to go with really like setting boundaries, in the art of saying like no and kind of having that self-awareness. But the number one kind of thing that, at least that I can say that I've been the most successful with is like adaptability. I think adaptability, flexibility has been the number one thing. So adapting to different situations, working with a variety of different people and adapting to working with different people. It also leads with change. So, in a matter of being at Carlson, there are teams that might go through changes and things. Well, I feel like I bring a strength of, as long as I know what I'm supposed to do and I know what the goals of me are and I know what, what my job is, I can adapt and I can do change. And there was a pandemic and we have to do this, and now we have to take the class from an in-person format and turn it into an entirely online format. Oh, okay, now it's hybrid. Okay, now it's this. Okay, now just changes, and sometimes you are not the decision maker. You just kind of have to do what is being presented, and I think that adaptability definitely has helped me be successful within my career.
That's very interesting. I think adaptability, even in consulting, or IB as well, I feel like with all the long nights is something that I'm trying to learn, but I guess I'm sure it takes time. So
yeah, that's definitely a skill earned with experience. That's not something that comes naturally.
I don't think so. I noticed it after a while. I was like, oh, okay, this is an actual skill that I have. So
So I guess when it comes to like, we just talked about people skills and how important it is to be adaptable. What are some like steps you think students can take to like not only develop their people skills but know their values as well?
Yeah, I think when it comes to leaning into and learning and owning your values is being able to take an inventory of your experiences and what you've already been through, and then how you've overcome whatever those challenges are or how you've maybe excelled. And I know sometimes when you're starting out, talking about yourself can be very daunting, or it's like, oh, I don't want to like overhype myself or something.
To your own horn, yeah.
Yeah,
That kind
but
of thing.
sometimes
Yeah.
you got to big yourself up,
Exactly.
pat yourself on the back. I did do that project, and I did, accomplish this thing. So taking an inventory or making a list of all your accomplishments, literally, and identifying what value that you do bring, like your uniqueness and how sometimes it's hard to think about how you might stand out, but really think about, okay, but I did go through whatever that experience is. So me personally, lots of people in my life, I was the student that was a single mom in college at 20 years old, right? 21, having a child. But then it was just like, how do I take that experience and turn it into something that can be valuable, or a skill? Like, oh, I can build relationships, and I'm nurturing, and I care, and I have empathy.
Yeah.
And kind of just connecting it and pulling it out. Actually talking to mentors, past supervisors, coaches, people who have worked with you, asking them. Sometimes it's hard for us to think about what we've done, but people have said, you know what, Brittany, you're really good at networking. And then I'm like, what? I never really thought about it that way. I'm just building authentic relationships with people.
Yeah.
They're like, but they're great relationships, and you connect people to other people. And I was like, oh. Or even like, in Design Your Life, you take the Strengths Finder, right?
Yeah.
And after you take that, you get the 5 skills, and then they break it down and tell you uniquely how those 5 skills show up in your day-to-day.
So like how it's good for you and like what you could work on. I really like that.
Like lean into that.
Mm-hmm.
Because literally with that, your top 5 in the order that it's in is uniquely to you. And I don't want to get the statistics wrong, but I think it's like 1 in 36 million.
Sheesh.
Wow.
Your top 5 in the order is like 1 in 36 million. So with that being said, it's kind of like, okay, how does that show up for me? And talk about it.
Yeah.
So, and that's why I lean into adaptability. That's my number one.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think that's
That's
very
my number
valid,
one
yeah.
strengths finder, to be honest.
Oh, is it? Do you remember your top 5? I know that's like.
In order, no, but adaptability, relator, connectedness, harmonization, and individualization. Harmony and individualization. Now, if it's in that order, I'm not sure, but they are all in the relationship building domain.
Yeah.
Very fitting of your position. So,
Yeah.
I guess also kind of building off of the last question, for a lot of us folks, especially people of color, who kind of feel like they might not belong, and that might be another obstacle when it comes to pitching yourself.
Yeah.
So I guess what advice do you have for people who suffer from imposter syndrome and during internships or just job searches in general?
Yeah, no, imposter syndrome is real. And it does, I don't think it necessarily goes away. And just because you move up maybe in positions, I think that it doesn't necessarily go away. So when dealing with that, it's just reframing and reminding yourself that you do deserve to be there.
Yeah.
You were invited, you got that interview, that you were invited into that room to do that interview. They gave you the job, they offered you the position, and I'm the one in the position that got selected. Oh, I deserve to be here. And you highlighted it within your resume. That got you the interview got you the job, you're here, and now you get to perform. And sometimes you think to yourself like, okay, did what I said, can I perform and deliver what I said I could? But it's just like owning it, and some things can be scary, right? Am I qualified for that position? Oh, I'm not going to apply to that position. I don't think I meet 100% of the qualifications. You don't need to meet 100% of the qualifications. If you at least hit half to 65% of it, put your name in the hat. Put your name in the hat, Obviously, the quote, you miss 100%
I was
of the
literally gonna
shots
say
you
that.
do not take.
Yeah.
So,
Might as well shoot
that
it.
shot.
You might as well shoot it.
Shoot the shot, it might go in. And obviously, let's just say you shoot the shot, it goes in. I don't think about it as luck. It's just kind of like, nope, I prepared. I prepared myself. Like I said earlier, big yourself up, bring the confidence. Sometimes I tell people you're faking it to make it. You fake it to make it long enough, not in an authentic way, but if you fake it to make it long enough, you start to live in that. You start to live in that confidence, you know.
I agree, yeah. I think we both agree with that.
Yeah, I love, like, Ellie has it too, but I love that quote, fake it till you make it.
Yeah.
And that has got me places.
Oh,
you can
yeah.
imagine, man.
Yeah, that's the secret to life, right?
I feel like at a certain point, though, your mindset change, with the mindset change,
Yeah.
it's like, it's not even fake it anymore, but that's part of it, though, you know? Once you change the mindset, you actually
you start to live out
Exactly.
what it is. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes, you know, like I'm very multifaceted, and like I love being comfortable, but I also like dressing up, and I like to do this or whatever. But some days I'm like, yep, I'm going to work in a suit or in a like whatever. Oh, what you got going on today, Brittany? Living.
Ain't nothing.
Feeling good.
Brittany.
Feeling good, looking good.
What do I say?
You know, if I got to go teach, like I mentioned, I kind of have social anxiety. I might have been teaching for 5 to 6 years here, but that doesn't mean that I don't get nervous sometimes, right? Like, but if I show up to that class and I look good,
you gonna perform good, you know?
Hey y'all, how you doing today, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And now I'm confident in what I'm teaching because I know that I deserve to be in that space, and
sure.
it just brings that additional confidence, I guess, within me. So
yeah,
back down to internships, networking, just put yourself out there.
Yes. If anything, hey, go copy out some suits. We Calvin Klein. I don't know all the brands, mama. Act like I do.
Take what you need, closet.
Take what you need, closet. There it is. You got right behind this. Hey, I know you gotta know this.
For real.
All right, so we're wrapping up the discussion here. My favorite section, the rapid fire. So we're just gonna ask you a couple questions where like this or that, this or that, this or that, just whatever comes up to mind, and then you're gonna have to explain it. So.
No, you don't have to. You don't have to.
I don't have to explain it. Okay.
If you want to, though, the viewers might want to be curious. But. All right, first one: coffee or energy drinks?
Energy drinks.
Energy drinks.
Yes,
Okay.
a Celsius for sure.
Celsius. So no Caribou over here. Caribou fan, Caribou coffee.
No.
No. Okay.
No coffee.
I respect it. All right, solo adventures or group hangouts? It's a tough one.
Group hangouts.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I do like solo adventures, but when I think about the group of people that I would be hanging out with,
Oh yeah.
I would do that.
That
I would
close
hang
group
out
of
with
friends.
those people. Yeah.
I feel that. Yeah. 8 a.m.s or 5 p.m.s?
5 p.m. for sure.
Really? That was quick.
Who getting up at 8 o'clock?
You are you. I'm on your side, but a lot of people would say 8 a.m. That's why I'm surprised. But
What you gonna do at 8 a.m.? Wake up?
You
I
feel
like
me?
sleeping.
The only place you gotta be at 8 a.m. is under the covers
Sleep.
with some pajamas.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Lights. Like, come
I
on,
get
yeah.
my. Why do you think I'm here? This is prime time.
Yeah,
Beauty
for sure.
sleep. Yep. All right. Would you rather lose sleep or skip a meal?
I'm gonna skip a meal.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I mean, just based off
yeah,
that
based
last
on 8
question.
a.m. That's very valid. Very valid.
I don't even eat breakfast. I gotta be at work. Guess who's not about to eat?
So is it like
I will get 20 extra minutes of sleep, then wake up to eat breakfast.
That's exactly what I do. That's why I'm laughing. Is it like the,
Serious.
like you know?
And then drink my Celsius on the way to work.
I don't know how healthy that is.
then
Just on an empty
Facts.
stomach, but.
I'm telling. So you'll be all right with a little energy drink,
Yeah, get you through the
a
day.
little Celsius. Let's
Right.
start it off.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, work from home or in office?
I enjoy working from home.
Mm-hmm.
I do. Mm-hmm.
Interesting. I never get work done. If I'm ever want to do something, I come to school.
You gotta lock in.
You gotta get like a workspace in your inside.
You gotta lock in.
Yeah.
And I do a lot of my best work like on my own time too. So if I'm working from home, I kind of get to manage it a little bit more.
Yeah.
If I'm doing project work, I can do that from like 5 to 10 p.m.
Yeah.
If I'm not going to be to 5 to 10 p.m.
Nah,
here.
no shot. Yeah. No shot.
I agree with that. All right. This is an interesting one.
Okay.
Owe money or owe a favor?
Oh, a favor.
Owe a favor.
I don't like owing money. I will pay somebody back as soon as I can.
Yeah, same with me. I don't like owing. If
You need a
someone
ride,
needs
I
money-
got you.
Yeah.
You need some bread? No.
Ooh.
Yeah.
All right. Go to snack during crunch time.
Oh, crunch time.
So I guess for you, it'd be a 5 to 10 p.m. You know, a little late night snack.
Go to.
It's hard because I'm not a snacker.
Mm-hmm.
So the closest we gonna get is like a quesadilla or a taco.
Okay,
Taco?
what kind of taco?
Chicken taco.
Like a local spot or homemade or.
I could whip up a taco real quick.
Okay, that's fine.
Or I could go and get one, but if I'm at home or like go to, I could eat a taco or two.
I'ma
Or
put-
a quick quesadilla.
I'm gonna put my own in there.
What's your go-to?
No, I'm gonna ask you.
Oh,
Soft taco or hard taco?
I like soft tacos.
Soft taco.
Corn
I agree.
tortilla.
I don't like hard tacos.
I don't know about that one, y'all.
Really?
I would do like a corn tortilla, like a whiter yellow corn tortilla soft taco, but then I also do flour tortillas too.
Mm.
But I would pick those over a
Okay,
hard
that's fair.
shell.
To each their own.
Yeah. All right. Favorite college memory in one word.
One word. Step.
You said step.
Oh, okay. Similar to what it's connecting back to what she was talking about earlier. Okay, if y'all paying attention, y'all would know.
Yeah.
what she's talking about. But I guess not to kind of end it off. Before we get out of here, I wanna kind of give you the opportunity to speak to your future self.
Okay.
Okay, so essentially in about 60 seconds, talk to your future self. Let's say 5 to 10 years from now. You know, where do you see yourself? What kind of goals do you have? And what excites you most about that vision?
Yeah.
Okay. The left camera.
Oh.
Yes, your camera is.
Say hi to her right now.
Hey, girl. No, I'm just kidding. Hey, Miss Lady. No. No, 5 to 10 years from now, knowing that I just got into this position, and that I've kind of wanted to be in this role for a little bit now, about 5 years from now, I do see myself either still being in this role or kind of elevating it in a way, and continuing doing career work, working with students and helping them. Currently, I also do a little bit of career consulting on the side, supporting young professionals with their career development journey, or helping people within the community with their career development journey as well. So I might be further along in doing some of that side work and consulting. But 10 years from now, I might have just started my second sort of career pathway. And so I do believe that in a lifetime, folks might have about maybe 4 to 5 different career pathways in that time. I've been doing a lot of higher education, a lot of working directly with students this first kind of portion of my career. And I do see myself maybe moving into something else outside of higher education at some point. It's kind of scary to think about right now because it's 10 years ahead of time, and I might have to start planting that seed in the next couple of years on what that might look like. But I do want to kind of pivot and change and get into something else and maybe realize some of my other skills and how I might be able to apply them. But I haven't thought about 100% what that might be. I do enjoy cooking and like making things. I enjoy throwing a good event or party. And so maybe event planning and catering would be something that
I can see
I've
that.
pondered on. But yeah, just kind of whatever. I go with lived and planned happenstance. So planned happenstance is actually a career theory that I learned about. But it makes so much sense, and it basically is everything happens for a reason. And
Indeed,
you got to
yeah.
put yourself out there and take risks and do opportunities and have a plan A, B, and C and kind of see what comes. And I'm just kind of living in planned happenstance and whatever comes my way, being curious and open to the possibilities.
For sure. So whatever happens, whatever direction you go, we're excited for what's to come for you, Britney. Thank you once again for coming on the pod.
Yeah.
I had a great conversation.
Yeah.
A lot of gems dropped. I hope y'all had y'all notepad out, taking some valuable notes, things like that. But yeah, from me and Ellie Faz here at NABA and from Britney, thank you very much for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next one.
Alrighty,
Bye, guys.
thank
Peace.
you.